Hey guys, George here from the F1 Chronicle, and today I'm going to explain what the delta time is in Formula 1. Now, this is a phrase that you'll hear a lot in Grand Prix racing these days, but what does it actually mean? Well, if you come from an engineering or a maths background like I do, delta is something that you'll know a lot about. Delta is the Greek symbol that's used in maths that shows the difference between. So that gives you a clue as to what this actually is. So the delta is used to mean a difference in time in Formula 1 sense, and there's a lot of different, usages for this. So one of the classic examples is when a car does a pit stop. When a car does a pit stop to get some new fresh tyres on, to change a wing or anything in between, that actually is used as a delta. Every track has a different delta in terms of the time that it takes to come into the pits. So it's basically the time lost while you're in the pits. The average is about 20 seconds, but you do get some tracks where it's greater than that. I think Singapore is one of them. That is a bigger one because the time they actually spend going down the pit lane is longer because the speed limit there is lower. That's also the case for Monaco and also Zandvoort as well in the Netherlands, because they're very tight pit lanes. So because of that, the delta around tracks like Singapore might be about 25 seconds, for example. The reason why doing a pit stop costs you more time is because while you've got a car that's doing 200 miles an hour, let's just say down the straight, you're trundling down the pit lane at 50 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, 50 kilometers an hour, or 80 kilometers an hour, depending on the circuit. And it's something similar as well when it comes to the delta for things like the difference in lap time when you're doing a qualifying lap. So on the dash in front of the drivers on the steering wheel, they'll see a delta and it'll either be green or red. I mean, it depends on the team and the setup, but in general, that's the rule. And if you played the Formula 1 game, you'll also have seen a lot of this too. In fact, it's actually called delta up there too, or split. Basically, what that is so every circuit has its own sectors. There's 3 sectors at each track, but within that, you've got mini sectors. And within that as well, the teams actually can track it to such a degree that these delta times are refreshing every second, every 2 seconds. And it basically shows the difference in lap time between your previous lap time or your best lap time and what you're doing now. If you're over the delta, you're going slower than your previous lap at that point. That doesn't mean you can't recover it, of course, further around the lap, but to that point, you're losing time. If it's green and you're under, you're going faster. So that's the general kind of gist of that. It's also used to show the difference in lap times that you have to set when there's a safety car or a virtual safety car. So when the safety car or the virtual safety car gets called, you have a lap time that the stewards will dictate to the drivers before each race. So let's just say for Canada, where we've just been, for example, the regular lap time is about 1 minute 20 during the race, maybe a little less, but the safety car time is a 1 minute 50. So you have to go 30 seconds slower. I'm just giving an example. I don't actually know what it was for Canada. It might be different. Could have got it Bob on now. So who knows? Let us know in the comments if you know. If you know the delta times for every track, that'd be very impressive. But yeah, so they have to go around at a certain speed, and if they go faster than that, they get a penalty. If they go under, if their delta goes green, then they're going too quick. If they're over or too far over, they'll lose time to the competition and they could get undercut in the pits or anything like that could happen. So it's a real delicate balancing act that the drivers will practice, of course, in their racing simulators. But yeah, that's the kind of rundown of what delta means in Formula 1. I hope that all made sense. And for many more explained videos just like this on Formula 1, please do keep it tuned here to the F1 Chronicle and follow our video channels as well for content just like this.